I completely forgot to take you along. I did a smoothie with a mame, some bananas, vanilla, oats, lime, well, lemon here. Yeah, frozen banana. And it's delicious. Well, I have the coffee. I am gonna prepare some oats milk, homemade one, so I just leave it a little bit longer. I am steaming some lemongrass. Yes, those are the leaves of lemongrass that I wrapped very lovely as much as I could for the first time together. And what else? Oh yes, I put into some containers, bottle glass container. I want to say the lemongrass pea because it looks like peeing. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. It looks like pea. That's the lemongrass that I steamed yesterday, and I got from the seeker leaves closest to the roots. I can only imagine that it takes way longer in hours to get the smell, but I'm aware at the same time that we are not in the season at all. It's the rainy season, so that's probably why the scent is not there for lemongrass. We're gonna see what happened with those ones, the leaves. The goal is more to drink. We'll see about that. I'm planning to let it boil boil like it's reduced now, so to steam like for a few hours. So that's gonna be awesome. And you know what? Today I feel like cutting the bananas. So I'm not going to be too much excited because it's like at least a gazillion time that I said I'm going to do that every day. Last night, I closed off the kitchen way earlier than I should. Well, I was almost done, and I didn't take you along, and I don't care if you do care, but there was a huge tarantula in the kitchen next to the fridge. And when I saw that, I was like, nope. I can't handle you right now. It's way too much. I packed everything. I didn't take you along to show you how it looks like. And I ran back into my place. I obviously advised the other team member that there is something in the kitchen. And so far today, it's not here. So I've been told that they are scared of human beings. So they're not really... the classic, they are not attacking, but that's why we have brooms in every rooms in existence of each buildings. And that's why before we had chicken, because this morning the last one passed away. We do not have chicken anymore. And I'm gonna stick with my feeling, my vibe since the beginning of the whole thing. Definitely the shock of the attack of the dogs, chasing them and catching them. Obviously, for anyone, even for human beings, when they are attacked and bitten by animals and dogs, it's a shock. So you have to come back from that. And that's what happened most likely to the chicken. They didn't really recuperate properly the first time that it happened. We had to keep them in lockdown, and they were pretty much for 2 weeks constantly in lockdown. That is not helpful either. It sucks. I can only say, because the fact that she's in a better place as well now. We lost huge helpers for tarantula. Hey, kati okoi. Hiya nama kaya no. Mi hai ki hai o su joya hey. Kipikai no he to koi he hai kia choi he kia na maya ti koi he se ka he ki hai mitatia ti koi soya ki kaya ni to he se tia Kiko munia hata kiai kia mi ha kiai Ika mai kai ta kai o soya he Haki Haka kio mai o toi Mia kai Hio yo Hikia mai Hina yo You will not be able to hear nature because some sound that the jungle is doing are very subtle and you really have to sometimes close your eyes and really pay attention, which you will not hear because it will be really too subtle to be detected. But if you really pay attention, you're gonna hear the trees talking to each other. And I know that it can sound like cheesy or in the movies, but it's the truth. The way that birds are talking to each other or that insects are flying around. This is probably one of the rare times that I've been on the rooftop and I don't see any dragonfly actually flying around. Maybe they are having teas somewhere. Or maybe they have gone at the beach. Who knows? But it's pleasant to be able to stop and to shut down, including to talk, and just to listen to nature, just to listen to the jungle, to what it says, what it wants to say, to share. Then this is something that by staying 24/7 here that I started to learn, very different from when you are coming in the jungle or in the forest for a few hours. It's a different conversation that is happening. Yesterday, no, it was Monday, because I still do not remember which day we are. I was watching the latest Elizabeth April's video from her, available on her channel. I'm gonna put the link down below. And every single point that she is bringing into the video and that she is explaining, I match every one of them, and it fits exactly what I am experiencing or what I have started to experience for the past few weeks, a month. First, it was kind of a validation of, okay, it's just what I was downloaded and receiving in conversation with my cosmic teams is really it, because sometimes you cannot help yourself at a tiny bit wondering if there is a part, maybe the ego, who's making this up, but it's not the case. And I really want you to do the same. Watch the video if it's not done already. Be open-minded if it's a lot for you to hear. Think about it as best as you can. And think about it with what you are experiencing right now or that has started for the past few weeks. And be honest with yourself. You can keep this all for yourself, so you do not have to fear anyone's judgments. But you can drop in the comments the initials EA. First, if you have been watching this video so far, and if you have watched her video as well, because it's a great place to have some conversations about for each other's journey. Because this is, once again, the whole point of this series, of everything that I'm sharing, the art of surrendering, of really letting go, being recalibrated, and accepting it. And I really cannot help myself at saying that how much on point I was with, what was it, the episode 32, I think, when I talk about the art of surrendering and the many different layers that are, because this is exactly it. I couldn't be at a better place to do that, to really learn to let go, to learn something else, to deep into something else. I said that I was interested at learning to grow my own food, which at the moment is not something happening here. It's not functioning in that way. But I have the curiosity to try as best as I can, as much as I can afford, in a place like here. Yes, it's the jungle, but beyond the jungle, it's the temperatures, it's the weather pattern that we have, it's the soil that we have. Can it work? How can it work? What is the best one, the least, and the lesser, and the lesser? I've always been very passionate about learning for the sake of learning, because knowledge is so fascinating to learn. But it's not everything that I want to learn or that I'm interested in learning, but so many. And not trying. And you have seen in a few episodes that when it's a time to go into the green thumb, that I can have a bit of a hard time, that with gloves, and when it was the emptying the organic trash, it was like, ugh. And I better have to do it again. It's really not far, or it's really not as advanced with the warmth that we had last time. So that's why it's probably a good thing to make it happen now. For me, it's a work in progress, just like living in the jungle. Instead of being in the city, which is a different jungle, surrounded by a different kind of energy, and surrounded by a different kind of wildlife beings, here the wildlife can be as toxic, or I don't think it's as deadly, but I would say the toxicity is equally the same. And yet it starts to feel more and more comfortable staying here. The adaptation is still ongoing, don't get me wrong. The other night with the huge spider or tarantula, I'm not an expert, but yeah, it's the first time that I am facing one of them. It's a new reminder of where I am. It's a new reminder that it is changing and evolving. It's not always the same crowd here. And it's learning how to face them, how to live as best in harmony as possible. Because remember that I said that it's about being fearless but cautious. During those moments when it becomes so silent, it feels like being held with compassion and kindness. And the more that I let myself go, the more I can feel the unconditional love that is surrounding here. But something that I have felt for the past 2 days, I would say, if not as from yesterday, there's something different in the air with the energy. And I can't point my finger at really describing it, but it is different. This is definitely something to follow up and to see what is going to happen, because this is being in the center of the energy, and everything starts with energy before reaching other levels. Man, and I can't wait to share it with you. Today is the day, or I should say this morning is the morning. I have my glove. I have that
knife. We'll see how it is gonna perform. I'm gonna go into the bodega. This is where the ladders are. I'm gonna need obviously a ladder that is foldable because it's just gonna be me, and because obviously it's not the tree trunk for the banana because it's not a tree trunk, but it's definitely not strong enough to hold any ladder. But they are all foldable, and so I'm gonna pick up one that should be tall enough. But anyway, when I look at one of the banana tree, like this one, it is really folding down, so the weight is definitely there. So this is gonna happen. So I'm gonna be careful at careful with the knife. My hands are completely taken. The ladder is almost under one of the banana tree. It's not the definite position, and it's definitely not locked, secure in position yet. Whew, man, yes, you can see that it is already completely foldable. It wasn't that low, so it is time to taking everything down. The ladder is here. I'm gonna get it closer securely, and obviously being careful with the plants on the ground so I am not destroying them. Where am I? Oh, okay, hold on. Hold this. Okay, I think it might be good.